And then we go to the White's house, and they're at the dinner table, and Walt Jr. is actually talking about something besides breakfast. He's talking about how he's talking about his friends are going to college, and he wants to go to college too. Now, just another sprinkle of normalcy in this episode.
Finally.
Yeah.
Instead of just overbearing melodrama, which is what the show
But I like more of this normal talk between their family like we did at the car wash,
Yeah, see, that's what I loved about the first few seasons is he still had a family going on, and it just slowly dissolved, which I...
Yeah, like it was 50-50 with drugs and family, and then drugs just kind of kept sliding over, and it ended up being 95% drugs.
They let the crime drama overtake the family aspect of the show, which...
Honestly, that's what would naturally happen anyway. But I know what you mean.
I love seeing that family drama,
You missed that aspect of the show.
Which it came back in this episode, which I really loved.
Yeah. And then Walt excuses himself and he goes to the bathroom to get some meds, but then he throws up. Even more. What?
Just when he... What, are you about to talk about the book?
Yeah, I got something before that, but go ahead.
It's just when he looks up and realizes the book's not there, he's like, oh, shit.
Oh, I noticed that.
It's one of the funniest damn scenes ever.
Yeah, he discovers the book is gone. But did you get this? He rolls up the little rug in front of it and he puts it under his knees. That's exactly what Gus did when he made himself throw up in Salute when he kills the...
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, that's another aspect. He wasn't there to see that. But that's just another callback to something Gus did and how he's becoming Gus. But that's exactly what Gus did in that episode. I thought that was cool.
I remember that now when he drank the poison.
Yep. Looks for it in his bedroom and he decides it's not that big of a deal. And then he asks Skylar about Hank and she tells him that he hasn't been to work all week. And that gets him thinking and he goes outside and discovers the bug under his car. The exact same kind that he used on Jesse and that he knew that Hank used on Gus.
Yep. So he knew it had to be Hank.
Yeah.
I think he could tell by the look on his face at that party that he knew something.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that, but I did too. Everyone knew that something was up.
Yeah.
But if in your Walt's position, that was such a simple thing. Like, what if we were hanging out with a bunch of friends and someone goes to the bathroom and they come back like 5 minutes later, and it's just a completely different attitude and everything. It's such a dramatic, quick change.
Well, if I kept incriminating evidence in my toilet and he went to the bathroom...
True. That was not a smart place to put it.
No.
It's just you see it's a sudden change.
Yeah.
That's a shock to your system. We see Jesse giving a bundle of money to this homeless guy, which... Don't give that much money to homeless people. They probably... some of them might go out and start a new life, but for all we know, that guy could have...
That was at least $1,000.
Yeah, at least. At least. I saw people talking about it online, and since he took it out of one bag, and one bag has $2.5 million, that could have been over $100,000 he gave him.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then he throws it out of his car. It's funny. Some of it's just wasted. You see him throw one, it ends up down the sewer.
That scene was actually kind of disturbing for me to watch. It was like he was
crying too.
Yeah, he was like slowly dissolving on camera, like literally like he's about to go out.
Like I said, some of it's a waste. One bundle ends up in the sewer. He throws one straight in the smack dab middle of a cactus. I'd go for it, but still.
Oh yeah.
Get some thick gloves. I'd get it, but still. And Walt pulls up to Hank's house, and Hank hides all his files. And he asks how he's feeling, having the normal conversation. And then, after the normal conversation, he starts to leave. What do you think would happen next after he starts to leave? Most people thought that he was just going to go on his way, and that we had this little cat and mouse game for a few episodes.
I thought he was just going to go ahead and, just get in his car, or, just... It's like, oh, well, let me take you to the hospital or something like that. Or try to get his attention away and put the bug up under his car to troll him.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good idea.
But no, he comes up with complete arrogance. And basically, it's like he knows that he did it. It's like, oh, look, I found this,
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a joke.
I would do that too. I don't know how else you would bring that up. But what he should have done, if he was like Gus, he would have kept the bug on his car and then made completely normal, just go to normal places.
Yeah.
That's what Gus would have done. That's what he did do in season 4. So, yeah, he confronts Hank with the bug. And then, oh God, he closed the garage door. When he closed that garage door, that's when you just know.
That's it.
Exactly. He punches all this with the best scene, maybe in the show so far. Punches Walt in the face. We've been waiting for this confrontation since the pilot.
Yeah.
If you've been watching this episode since day 1, you've been waiting for this one moment for 5.5 years.
Yeah.
How satisfying was it?
Pretty fucking
Incredibly I think it was as satisfying as you could
I
make it.
literally jumped out of my seat like, oh shit!
Oh, I know.
I knew he was going to punch him because of the spoiler from last week. I didn't know it was going to be that violent.
And the way they cut it makes it look even more brutal.
Yeah, because
he goes flying back.
Just collapses on the damn ground. It's just like...
And then knocks his glasses off, and the glasses cuts him.
Yeah.
See that?
It's like you have this tyrant just completely take on this defenseless man, which is what he's posing as.
Yeah. And then this is one of the best parts. So he brings up all the past events, like him crashing the car in front of Gus's laundry place, telling him that he was the one who said Marie was in the hospital. Remember when Jesse was trapped in the RV?
Yeah.
In season 3. And then he said he even knew that he was the one who killed the 10 prisoners, or he knew he was the one who planned it. And, of course, bombing the nursing home.
Yeah.
So that was just great to finally get all of that out in the open. He tells Walt that he will put him under the jail. Ugh, so satisfying. And then this is where the show goes somewhere I didn't think it would go. But in the off season, after episode 8 aired, we were thinking, well, yeah, Hank knows now, but since he doesn't want to mess up his family, maybe he won't tell anybody. He still has to care about his family, and he doesn't want to mess up everything they have just over one case. But he throws all of that out the window. Walt says he's family. Hank says he doesn't give a shit about the family.
Yeah.
Then Walt says he has the cancer, but Hank tells him he can rot.
Yeah.
If Walter didn't say right here, if he didn't say that he had cancer, it would still be speculation. I mean, yeah, getting the IV, that could have been for something else. The throwing up could be for something else, but I'm glad he confirmed and said it with his own words that he has cancer.
Yeah.
Hank wants to bring Skylar over so they can have a talk, which I don't know what all could have happened there. Besides,
Skylar already knows.
Yeah, exactly.
I know he doesn't want Walt Jr. to know.
Yeah. And then Walt says that if he doesn't know who he's messing with, to tread lightly.
That was the greatest moment of the episode for me. Just like, well, if you really don't know who I am, maybe you should just stop.
Basically.
It's like you just talked about all the shit that I did, and you're trying to fuck with me, bitch, please.
Well, that's the end of the recap of the episode, but I've got some extra stuff here. First off, I want to talk a little bit, not about what actually happens, but I want to talk about the show Low Winter Sun. Mainly that it has Gale from Breaking Bad. He's a main character. I love seeing him in there. It's got Morgan from Walking Dead.
I saw that.
Yeah, he was the main character. And also the director, Ernest Dickerson. He's
directed a shit ton of Walking Dead episodes.
Yes, he's directed the best. He's directed the season 2 finale and the season 3 premiere.
Yep.
And I think he's directed the season 4 premiere.
He's directed a lot of episodes in season 4.
Good. Yeah, that's a lot of things in common. And people were saying they didn't like the show that much. It isn't reviewed well. But neither was Breaking Bad's first season or Mad Men's first season. And they ended up being the best shows on television.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep watching this just to see where it goes. Because I haven't really watched a show, at least on AMC. I haven't been watching it from day one and then watch it become a huge hit. I didn't start watching Mad Men until last year. I didn't start watching Breaking Bad until season 4 came out. I didn't even start watching Walking Dead until last year.
Season 3, yeah, I got you into that. You got me into Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I've been watching Walking Dead since day one, though.
Yeah, so you got that. That's good.
Yeah.
But Mad Men and Breaking Bad, they started in 2007 and 2008. I want to watch this first season of Low Winter Sun and hopefully one day it can be as big. Because you got to have something to replace Breaking Bad and Mad Men. I know you don't watch Mad Men, but most people say it's even better than Breaking Bad.
So the thing with Mad Men though is you can't really jump in anywhere, and
No.
I don't feel like sitting down and watching that. I'll wait till it's over with, where I can watch it on my own.
Yeah, but see, that's why they need something to replace it. Its last season is next year.
Yeah.
In 2014, it'll be done.
Is The Killing coming back?
I don't know, but see, that's already that's into season 3 or 4 now too. So I don't.
Yeah, season 3 just ended. I think.
Yeah, I don't care too much about that one
because that came on the February after Walking Dead.
Yeah, and then Breaking Bad in 8 weeks from right now, Breaking Bad will be over, done. Yeah. Everything is in the books, and they got to have a good show to replace Breaking Bad for 2014, and then in 2015 have a show to replace Mad Men's time slot. And I think Low Winter Sun can do it. I really like the premise, and I'm going to watch the first season, and hopefully it goes well, because I really love the premise.
Honestly, the reason I didn't really pay attention to it, like I didn't even try to watch it, is because of Mark Strong.
Really?
Really. It's just, he's played so many generic villains and cops in his career that I'm just getting tired of seeing his fucking face.
I get that, but he has a cop face, though.
The only things that I love him in, Kick-Ass and Sherlock Holmes. He played the villain in both of those.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He also
played the first Sherlock Holmes?
Yes.
Funny enough, one of the main characters in Mad Men plays the villain in the second Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Yep. See, it's Richard Harris. I think he is the son of the guy who played Dumbledore in the first 2 Harry Potter movies.
Shit.
Yeah, no, not a lot of people know that.
Yeah, the great thing about Hollywood is you can always create circles. It's like you can connect this, and come back to that one intellectual property. Which we need to do some videos about that, just because that's really interesting.
Right. But the main reason people watched at least the first half of Low Winter Sun was because at the end of the Breaking Bad episode, they said you can watch a preview for it in the first commercial break of Low Winter Sun.
I stayed till that and I left.
But the commercial break, I looked at my clock. It was 30 minutes in. Most people thinking, oh, maybe 5 minutes, 10, 15 max. Yeah. No, it was 30 minutes before the first commercial.
Oddly enough, that's how long this is.
Yeah. Also, something interesting that I watch, I keep up with Bald Move. They do recaps on most of the shows that we do. And if you haven't heard of them, you really need to check them out if you like Breaking Bad and Walking Dead or Mad Men. But they had a Facebook thread going on about this episode, and they wondered how much Hank and Marie's house would cost. And a woman who worked real estate gave up a good figure. In a house that's a lot like theirs, in the Albuquerque real estate, their house would cost $622,000.
Shit.
622 grand. That's huge for a house.
Fun fact from the Blu-ray commentaries: the people who live there, the man who owns the house is in a wheelchair. That's why the hallways are wider than normal.
Did they add that in after he got in the wheelchair?
No, it just ended up being perfect.
Oh, well, you mean like the real life?
Yeah, the real life house that they film in.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
They
picked that house before Hank was even in the wheelchair in the show?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah. That's the only house that they actually film on the interior. The White House is actually on a stage. Mm-hmm. Hank and Marie's house is the only real house that they film in.
Nice.
And the man who owns the house is in a wheelchair. So.
Also, there's a few more interesting facts. You notice at the end of the show, it said that it was dedicated to Kevin Cordasco.
Yeah, who's that?
He was I think he was either a kid or a teenager, but he was a huge fan of the show, and he died of cancer in March, and so they dedicated this episode to him. Also, did you watch... No, you didn't watch The Talking Bad, did you?
No, I didn't.
It was good. Vince Gilligan was on there.
Oh.
Yep. Try to watch that if you can, because you get a lot of inside stuff. Same for Talking Dead.
It'll be on demand eventually. Might be on there now. I'll have to check. They put all the Talking Deads on there.
I didn't know that. Wow, I thought if you didn't watch it the night it aired, you were just missing out. But I've heard this before, but I've forgotten about it. And Vince Gilligan tells Chris Hardwick on the show that Heisenberg, he was I guess he was a chemist. Yeah, he was a chemist. Of course, the Heisenberg principle was named after him. That's who Walt named himself after. He was also a teacher who died of cancer.
Oh, shit.
How did Hank not connect this before now? How did Walt not think that this would give it away who it was?
I guess that it would be too revealing of the ending of the show.
What do you mean?
For fans. If he made that connection, the fans would immediately make that connection without digging it up. And therefore it's like, well, guess Walt's going to die of cancer now.
Well, yeah, but you could almost assume that from the first episode anyway. Because not too many people get out of cancer. But still, I think that was something interesting that I thought Hank, he should have Googled. If he'd have Googled Heisenberg, he would have found this out.
Yeah.
So I think that's almost a plot hole in the whole show.
Yeah, we get done recording. I'm going to Bing Heisenberg and see what comes up.
All right. One last thing. Gilligan also says he asked him for a little preview, like a teaser of next week. And he brings up the line where Lydia says that if you don't help me out, I'm going to be in a box, end up in a box. He points out that the name of the next week's episode is called Buried. And tells people to figure it out.
No!
That's a good teaser, but at the same time, he wouldn't give away somebody like Lydia dying.
I don't like her.
I do. She's at least a major...
She's too jittery and awkward for me.
Still, I think she's almost a major character at this point. I don't think he would give away her dying, but still, something interesting is going to happen with her next week. So yeah, that could be a spoiler. Could not. I don't think so, because he wouldn't give that away, but at the same time, it's a good teaser.
Very good. Vince Gilligan's good at that.
Well, join us next time when we recap Breaking Bad Season 5, Episode 10, Buried. And we'll tell you what we think of that whenever we get the next episode out.
Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, give us a thumbs down. Let us know what's going on. And I'd like to apologize for this quality of the video because we don't have any actual clips that go by. So it's just going to be one static image. So this is more like a podcast anyways.
Yeah, it really is.
But we'll probably eventually turn it into a podcast. But we put it here for convenience because this is where people know us on YouTube. So I might as well just go ahead and put it there.
Yeah.
And it's running on 36 minutes after some editing. So, yeah. Stick through this. Just, thank you. Also, if you like our content, subscribe. You enter in all kinds of contests and all kinds of shit like that. It's awesome.
You can win free games.
Yeah. Like Def Jam Rap Star for the PS3. That's going on all throughout August.
Highly coveted.
Yes, very. It is the bundle, includes the game and the microphone, and has been used once. That's it. It's free. We'll autograph it if you want to, if that makes you feel better. I fucking shit you not. We will do it. Also, there's a future giveaway, a voodoo copy of G.I. Joe Retaliation. That'll be next month. So all I gotta do is subscribe, comment, and we'll take the best comments from the entire month. We'll write those usernames on a piece of paper, put them in a bag or something, shake them up, and we'll draw it, and there we go.
Yeah.
Completely fair. All you do, subscribe, comment, and have a good day.